Hi everybody, this is Gabe Turner from GabeTurner.com, and today I want to talk about 5 tips for easy content creation. And so, say you have a blog, you want to keep producing content, you got to keep thinking of stuff to write about. After a while, it might get a little tough. So I just wanted to give you some things to help maybe stimulate your brain and help you see there's probably more stuff that you can write about than you maybe thought of before. So, let's go. Let's see here. So one thing you can do is interviews. Now, this can be a really fun way to do things. You could just get on the phone with a friend. Say you have a friend who's he's maybe knows a little more than you do about the topic you want to write about, or maybe he, I don't know, just somebody that you know who's interesting, or maybe somebody has a good story that illustrates a point, or maybe you just want to get on the phone with your friend and just chat and record it. You can record it with freeconferencecall.com. I know I have some friends that are just they're just great. I mean, that's why I love them. They're my friends, and they some of my friends just have a different way of thinking than I do. They have great knowledge. They've got and we stimulate each other when we talk. And so we'll talk about things, and then topics will come up, and I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. That's why conversation is so great. So just get on the phone with a friend, and you might want to try it with a few different ones, and just record it on freeconferencecall.com, and it's awesome. You just get a number to call in that you give to your friend, and you have a code, and it records your call, and it goes online. So you could even post the call on your blog as well. But then you can also go to once you have the call and you have like a section of the call you want to do, you could just transcribe it, or you could just write it, take some notes on it, and write a post from those ideas. But you could also, if you want, you go to Fiverr or like Elance, and get the call transcribed, for like $10, $5, whatever. So you could do that, and it could save you some work. So you also might want to try calling up some mentors, people that are way down the road from you, and you could get some really valuable content from a conversation with a guy like that, and it could just be really beneficial, and you could get like 10 blog posts out of that phone call. It's amazing what you can do. And then you can also just have people who have stories to tell. I mean, I did one, or I was doing it for a client. I did a series of blog posts about a lady and her family who moved from North Carolina to Alaska. And so that's a huge undertaking. I mean, that took like a long time to drive there. It was a whole big long trip. I got like 3 or 4 posts out of that. It was great. So this is just a pretty cool idea, I think. So let's go to the next one. Quotes. Quotes are super easy. I've done a lot of these just when I need to get some content out, but I don't want to use my brain too much. And so I've been collecting quotes on my computer for years. Whenever I read a book and I see something, I underline it, and I type it out a lot of times, and it's on my computer. So I've got the quotes, tons of quotes collected. But if you don't do that, I mean, I encourage you to do that. But so I've got quotes collected on different topics, and so a lot of that time, I'll just post those notes that I've taken onto my blog, and I'll format it so it looks nice. And anyway, but just get quotes on a certain topic and post it, and it can be really cool. And I'll write a little intro paragraph maybe, and that'll be that. I'll have a good post, and you know what? People search for quotes online, and it gets some traffic from it. One I did for a client like that, it just generated the most traffic out of anything, and I mean the client is like really happy, like wow, we're getting lots of traffic to our site, and it just like skyrocketed. For some reason, I hit on a topic of quotes that other people hadn't done posts on, I guess, or something. But anyway, you can find quotes on Goodreads.com is a good one, BrainyQuote.com. Just Google around and you'll find them. You'll find lots of other people who've done quote posts on their blog. Now, don't just copy and paste everybody's the work they went to put through. But you don't want your post to be identical to someone else's. So genuinely go through the quotes and pick your favorite ones. And so that yeah, do some work. So anyway, you just collect them on a different topics, and you can go from there. And another way to do is to do it instead of just doing a collection of quotes. You could take a few quotes, or maybe one quote that's like your favorite, and on a topic. And a lot of times when you just read through it and think about the quote, it'll stimulate your brain to come up with some ideas for of stuff you could write on. And so like you can like maybe take 3 quotes on a topic that you really like, and then put the quote in bold on top, and then write a paragraph. Then put another quote in bold, and then write a paragraph. It's a kind of a way to kind of stimulate your brain. And you can also create a meme with a picture. I didn't put this in there on the text, but I think it's quickmeme.com. Yeah, it's kind of tacky looking, but it's a simple, easy way to make a meme, which is just a picture with text on it. It's easy to do. I know there's probably other people that know how to use Photoshop and whatever, but I just haven't done that. It's just the quickest way is to use Quick Meme for me. And then you can post that on Pinterest and get some traffic out of that. And it also just looks nice to have a picture on your blog post. So yeah, good. I think that's a nice idea there. Next one is screenshot videos, like I'm doing right now. If you get this piece of software called Snagit from TechSmith.com, there's a free 30-day trial, I believe, and then it's $47 after that. Sometimes you can get a promotional code that might cut the price in half. I found one of those. I don't know if I can give it out or not, but anyway, you might want to Google around for that. And then you can just make how-to videos. I do screenshot videos. I've done a few on my blog. Simple things that you might not realize are valuable. But you know what? There's somebody out there probably Googling for it, and they could find some value from your video. Also, just a PowerPoint presentation like I'm doing right now. I just slap this thing together. It probably doesn't look that great, but hey, it's easy when I don't want to get on camera. And yeah, so I've done a lot of videos when I get just me on camera too. So, but this is a screenshot. So, next one kind of related is how-to posts. Now, a lot of times I like to say sometimes you just don't know what you know, and I mean, think about it. Every one of us has information in our heads that we know that somebody else doesn't know. I mean, think about all the times when a friend asks you for help, and because you know something that they don't know. Well, the internet is a huge world full of people out there looking for answers. And so you can help provide that answer, and that's value, and they're going to love you for it. So, and it's awesome to be able to help people. So, one way to just kind of keep your mind open to as you go about your day, and you think about what do I do? What are there things that I go through in the day that people might want to know how to do? I mean, golly, I know a guy he's not known for cooking videos. He's actually he does a lot of political videos and blog posts and stuff, but he did a video on how to cook butter chicken, I think it was, and that got his most view. That's his most views of any video he's done on YouTube, and so, which is amazing because he's done tons of videos. But it just shows you what you can do. I mean, you can get traffic out of that. You can meet new people that way. It's a really great way. I mean, just think of everything that you know how to do, and it's valuable to someone. So yeah, pay attention to the things you take for granted. And another way to kind of figure out what you might be able to post on is just to ask a friend or a colleague at work or somebody that ask them, what do you think I know? Like, what do I know that you would want to know, or that you think others could find valuable? And that might help you figure out that. Sometimes we just don't know what we don't know, Another thing is, what do you have on your computer? I mean, I don't know about you, but I have folders and folders and folders full of stuff. I mean, and I've just taken time at different times, and I've just gone through my whole computer and just kind of scanned through all the little files, all the notes I've taken. I mean, golly, I mean, I'm in the internet marketing and social media space online, and man, there are webinars every day, and I've gone to lots of them, and I've gotten tons of value out of them. And I've taken notes, I've gone to trainings, lectures, books, all the things I've learned. I mean, there's value in that. I mean, you took notes on it, so obviously you thought it was valuable. you can share that with other people, and it can create um, content for you. I mean, of course, you give proper credit, and sometimes you might, put it in your own words or say, "Hey, I learned this from so and so, and I thought it was great. Here's a quote from him." And but a lot of times those things are already structured. Those webinars and things and trainings that you watched, they're already been structured out. It's like a great little post, and then if you want, give a link back to the source of where you got that from, and whoever gave that training, and it's great. I mean, that's great content. So another thing is just think about when you went to college or whatever, or some training school you went to. I mean, gosh, you probably took pages and pages and books full of notes. Think about, I mean, sometimes you can just go through those notes and they'll stimulate your brain to say, wow, I forgot I knew that, or that is a really fascinating topic. I should probably write about that. I could do a few Google searches and do a little research and flesh that out a little more. Or maybe you did a paper, you slaved away all night on it, to get it done, and you put a lot of work into it, and it's just sitting there on your shelf or on your computer. Put it to work for you, put it online, do something with it. You might be able to get dozens of posts out of a long paper you did in college. So yeah, this is great stuff. I mean, you might not know what you have at your fingertips. So you could, if you put to work some of these tips, you could probably be producing content for months. So yeah, that is my little presentation, and if you want to check out the full blog post of what I have here, just go to GabeTurner.com. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a happy content producing week. Adios.